Thank you very much, Jeff. Every time you come, we do something just a little bit different. And what we just did here was a little different than we've done before, but we thought it'd be helpful for you to hear the announcement and know that we're about ready to begin. And so we're going to do that, and we have a number of surprises for you today. First of all, I want to welcome you, even though we're almost through the end of January. I'd like to say Happy New Year to you. It's the first time I've seen you this year. So we're happy that you're here, and I want to thank you for all coming out in this weather. To my knowledge, it's only about the second time in the 10 years I've been associated with the association that we've had rain. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out today. By raising your hand, I'd like to know how many of you have been to one or more of our concerts. Wow. As an old teacher, I just love How many are here for the very first time? Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that neat? And I understand we have some youth in the audience. Would the youth please raise their hands wherever they are? All those that are 22 years of age or younger, congratulations and thank you. I'm getting all kinds of hand signs and waves. Yeah, all right. I'm going to do something that we don't normally do, and that is that we have our artists today. They're two brothers, as you know. But one of them is here with his spouse. And in a moment I'd like to introduce her. And she may not know this is happening, but I may have to step back and just kind of wave to them. And the other one is part of the family. And this brother that I'm going to be introducing is the wife of Chris Rice. But her name is Liana. And Liana is here with a brand new 8-week-old baby. So we thought we'd like to have you see them. So I'm going to see if I can get them to come out on stage also. And I hope that Mr. Rice told his, here they are. Ladies and gentlemen, mom and baby. Thank you so much. It's been a big trek for them. They came from Arizona, I believe, probably yesterday. Last night they performed in Long Beach, and then they came to Hemet today. So we're really happy to have them here. I always ask, who has a birthday today? Is there anybody in the audience that has a birthday today? Ah, not a soul hand going up. What do you know? We often have people with birthdays. I think we had on October a person that was well into their 90s. We never ask how old you are. But we had that, but today we don't have anybody. And Tom Selleck and Oprah Winfrey would have been here, but it's their birthday also. We want to make sure you had a chance to see the video up here. And I hadn't seen all of them, but we have some patrons who have made this concert especially possible because they have co-sponsored it. Jim Chaney, Wanda Freeman, and I did see Ann Jennings. Ann, can you wave to us wherever you, there's Ann right up front. Let's give these good folks a nice round of applause. Now you notice that we have an instrument on the stage that we normally don't have. And I wondered if Will Worry would come forward. Will is one of our directors on our board. He is a professional percussionist and has a music conservatory here in Hemet. And let's give Will a nice round of applause. I think most of us know what this is, but I'm going to, for the benefit of everybody, Will, would you tell them what you have in front of you besides this large platter?
What we have here is a timpani drum, also known as a kettle drum.
Very good. And we have the kettle drum here because we have something very special and unique to announce to you. You may have seen it on the slide, but we didn't say everything because we wanted to kind of surprise you. In the last 7 days, the Hemet Concert Association has been awarded a grant from the Saboba Foundation in the amounts of $3,500. And we call them kettle drum level donors. Let's listen to what he's going to send as a thank you to Saboba Foundation. All right, Will, great job. They play each other's instruments, not the kettle drum, but a cello. And they're going to announce their selections as they go along in the program. So without further delay, let's warmly greet the Rice Brothers. You know, I really like these guys because they're at the same height as me and we can talk eye to eye. And I had my wife, Audrey, and I had the wonderful opportunity, I guess it was back in September, to go through Phoenix and meet Chris. And today is the first time I got to meet Johnny. But he also kind of has a surprise because he just had a birthday on January the 12th. Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
The Rice Brothers.
Well, thank you. That was a little louder than I expected it to be. Thank you all very much. Wonderful to be here. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for braving some weather to get here. It was a little interesting driving in here from Long Beach. We're from Phoenix. It never rains. Had to get my rain driving skills out today. By way of brief introduction, this is Johnny. I'm Chris, as mentioned. We're born and raised in Phoenix. Short jaunt from over here, and our beginnings in music actually began not very far from here. We'll share about that a little bit later. But I'll let Johnny introduce the next piece we're going to play first.
Well, for the next piece, we wanted to share something a little bit more classical than the Aaron Copland we just played before. This is a beautiful piece by Fredric Chopin. Chris and I love including the music of Chopin in all of our programs. Our father's side of the family is Polish. And yes, we are aware, Rice does not sound remotely like a Polish name. His grandparents came around 1910, and the family name of Weissman, W-A-J-S-M-A-N, Weiss became Rice. Thank you, Ellis Island. A little easier to spell though. Chris and I have had the opportunity to do some study and performing in Poland. We speak a little bit of the language. It is very difficult. We were the featured performers at the Warsaw World Music Day performances outdoors in Warsaw while tens of thousands of people walked by. Amazing experience. This particular piece by Chopin is his third ballade. Up until Chopin's time, the Romantic era of the early 19th century, ballade as an art form was exclusively the domain of poets, storytellers. So it was a big innovation at the time for Chopin to try to evoke the idea of a ballade, of an epic story musically. Chopin never specifically said what the story was that he had in mind. He wanted the listener to come up with their own. But my favorite description of this piece explained that the opening theme, which happens very simply, very softly at the beginning of the piece, much story unfolds, many different ideas are introduced, and then the opening theme comes back at the close of the piece, this time dressed in shining armor. Chopin's third ballade. Hope you enjoy.